It's On The Aisle with me, Charles Gross, and Leslie Hoban Blake. Tonight we review Daniel Radcliffe in How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying, John Leguizamo in Ghetto Clown, and Sutton Foster in Anything Goes. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for On The Aisle.
Good evening, I'm Leslie Hoban Blake.
And I'm Charles Gross.
It's nice to be here.
It is very nice to be here. All right, well. Harry Potter.
Sings and dances.
Yes, and goes into the Mad Men era.
Yes, as in Mad Men, the television show.
We're getting all the 60s musicals. We have How to Succeed.
Yeah.
Last season we had Promises, Promises.
Yeah.
And I think 2 years ago during the Fringe Festival, we even had a revival of How Now Dow Jones, which is Wall Street in the 60s.
That's really esoteric, that one, yeah. But I must say, and I'm not sure, was it the same director who did this?
I believe it was.
Rob Ashford, who did
Promises.
This is a more revivable play than for me than Promises.
I totally agree.
I was not happy with Promises.
I didn't like Promises either, except for this one wonderful scene in the second act where they in the bar.
In the bar, yeah, in the bar. I know.
I mean, even Christian Chenoweth, who I love, and
they were flat. They were very flat, except for the girl on the owl.
But we're not talking about that.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about
how does Daniel Radcliffe do? Can Harry Potter sing and dance? And the answer is more or less.
Oh, I thought better than more or less. I thought he did fine. You know, they set it up so that he was the focus. Yes. Whenever something wonderful happened, they'd give him a pin spot and he'd give a smile to the audience.
New, though.
No, but the point is that the audience came to see him and they got him and they were happy. I was happy. The songs held up. I'd forgotten how much fun. And we're leaving out an important factor. He plays so well with John Larroquette.
Yes, he does. John Larroquette from Night Court, or more recently you've seen him on Chuck. This, believe it or not, is his Broadway debut.
I had no idea. We've seen him off Broadway a couple of times. Last year he did Uncle Somebody or Other. It was a wonderful little play.
He plays the boss of this big corporation.
The Rudy Valley role in the original.
Yes, and in the movie. Radcliffe is J. Pierpont Finch. He is a window washer who gets a hold of this book, How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. And you hear it narrated. I think it's Anderson Cooper.
Yes, it was Anderson Cooper.
Who I have to say, he does it all right, but Walter Cronkite, who did it in the Matthew Broderick revival, is a very hard act to follow.
I skipped the Matthew Broderick revival. I had no
interest. It was a good revival. This one is a good revival, too. I still think probably the definitive Finch, and I'm blanking out on his name, is
Robert Morse.
Robert Morse. Who is actually in Mad Men.
Yes.
Now, so I guess he did succeed.
An elderly Robert Morse.
Yes, well.
Yes. That's all happens to everybody.
The original,
yes, exactly.
Production. And he basically gets into this big corporation and through his wiles rises all the way to the top.
It's very interesting, though. Robert Morse, I've seen the movie. I didn't see the original play.
Right.
Robert Morse is actively trying to do things. Radcliffe, because of his baby face and his demeanor, seems to have things happen accidentally.
Oh, not at all. Not
really?
at all.
I thought it was that he read what it said and then something happened and he goes, "Oh, isn't that nice?" That was the feeling I got.
No, he actually seems to be planning out. I mean, he's very prepared.
Okay. Well, he's prepared, but I don't see him making it happen. I see it happening because
in most cases, I do.
Okay.
I mean, this is one case. For example, he basically starts off in the mailroom, and that's when he meets Bud Frump. Bud Frump is also trying to climb the ladder. Again, he's as devious as Finch.
Well, and he's the boss's nephew, too.
Yes, and that's the thing. That's why the problem is Finch is really no better than Frump, but Frump is a one-trick pony. He basically gets all his promotions by complaining to his mother, who complains, because his uncle. Finch is a little more creative. For example, he outmaneuvers Frump.
Right.
For an executive position by giving him his promotion in the mailroom. And then there's another case where he finds out that a senior executive whose job he wants is a woodchuck, I think, or something like that. Basically, the sworn enemy of his boss's college, which was only known as Old Ivy. And by the way, that is one of the best numbers in the show, where they are cheering on the boss's college, Old Ivy, where Radcliffe literally rolls over Larroquette. I will say, the score of this show, I can take it or leave it. It's got some nice numbers. It's got some that are so-so. But here, I love the dancing, the choreography.
See, the choreography to me was warmed over Promises, Promises. It's like it's a one-trick pony. He doesn't have. You did. Well, then I'll try to find another one. He doesn't seem to have as big a bag of tricks as I've seen in some other choreographers,
Really?
including the one we're going to talk about next. I just found that there was a lot, maybe it was because it was also the 60s and he was limited because of the kind of music, I don't know. But I found it to be repetitious and
Oh no, I liked it. I mean,
certain configurations that I saw on the other show.
Even in songs, yeah, but here it worked better simply because this is a better show.
Be that as it may, I had already seen it.
And it was fun. I mean, even in a song like "If I Don't Have My Coffee Break," which I don't think is a great song, but I love the way
that one I did like very much.
I love the old Ivy number again, where he's getting in good with the boss by not saying that he did go to the boss's college, but not saying he didn't.
The thing that bothered me the most, and it's a logical
and
complaint.
of course the 11 o'clock number, Brotherhood of Man.
Yes, and I didn't like that. I didn't understand why he had a bunch of men standing at movable washstands shaving when the idea was that they're not supposed to know that he's there. So the idea would be to have them in stalls somehow and peeking over and peeking under.
That's actually, I believe that's pretty much based on how it's been done.
Well, but that doesn't mean it's the right way to do it. I mean,
when you direct the next revival, you can put them in stalls.
You're right. That's what I'm going to do.
Once to hear them singing in stalls.
No, over and under and climbing around. But the thing that I wanted to say as a female audience member is that it was a terrible time for women, and these poor women were only interested in getting married. It wasn't about. They weren't busy rising in their office. They weren't busy trying to do these
true.
same
In fact,
tricks.
Finch's best cheerleader is the woman who is one of the secretaries.
Desperate to be his wife. Yes.
Yeah, and destined to be his wife.
Rosemary.
He's got this number, Rosemary.
His famous Rosemary.
Destined to, happy to keep his dinner, and that. But you know what? That's what she's aspiring to.
Yes, but
and you know what? Nothing wrong with that.
Well, it doesn't make it a pleasant play for me to watch, if you want to know the truth. So that the happy ending is Finch gets everything he wants and she gets him. Thanks a lot.
Well, that's what she wanted.
I know.
This is Rose Hemingway, who did a nice job.
Nice job.
On it. Again, Daniel Radcliffe, I would not call his singing as magical, but I would call it serviceable. I enjoyed his performance. I enjoyed the revival. This is not one of my favorite musicals, but I would give it, say, about 3.5.
I'd go along with you 3.5. I wouldn't give it any more than that, though.
Okay.
I could take that half away.
Well.
How to observe personnel. How to select whom to lunch with. How to avoid petty friends. How to begin making contacts. How to walk into a conference room with an idea. Brilliant business idea that will make your expense account zoom.
Be there waiting until his mind is clear while he looks through me, right through me, waiting to say good evening, dear. I'm pregnant. What's new with you from downtown?
Do you have any hobbies?
I've a hobby. I play gin with Mr. Brad.
And do you play it nicely?
Play it nicely. Still, he blitzes me in every game like that.
Why?
'Cause I play it the company way. Executive policy is by me, okay.
How can you get anywhere?
Junior, have no fear. Whoever the company fires, I will still be
You will
here. They call us Red Hog! Red Hog!
stand old Ivy, stand firm and strong.
The chip grand.
Old Ivy,
Hear the cheering throng. Stand
stand old Ivy,
God bless you, and
there